It starts at the line of scrimmage, it ends at the line of scrimmage, and their defense as well, only allowing 9 points per game to this point. You can use plenty of words to summarize the Cardinals' season thus far: underperforming, inconsistent. Another adjective St. Louis fans may use come September: opportunistic. I joked with Coach A, is he sick of seeing me? I think what people may be sick of is seeing your Pitt State ladies win. Harrisonville is not only the Class 4 defending state champs in Missouri, they've already played 2 games. Why open up with such a tough opponent? Once their regular season concluded, Lane Lord joked that the grind is over and now the fun begins. Well, that wasn't the case for the first 35 minutes of postseason play, but before they could look ahead to next week, they had to take care of Central Missouri today. Welcome to the Eagles offseason. Afton Powerlifting is in the midst of training to defend back-to-back state titles. And for junior Trevor Pendergraft, he's coming off a national championship. In March, Trevor earned the title as bench press and powerlifting national champion amongst all freshmen and sophomores in the 275-pound weight class.
My bench press is 355 pounds, my deadlift is 475 pounds, and my squat is 551 pounds.
Now, what introduced the national champ to powerlifting is the most talked about sport in Oklahoma.
Powerlifting is one of the main things we do to keep in shape for football. So I started that in 7th grade, and it just kind of clicked, and I loved it. And it's just as much of a passion as football is, if not more.
But football also jeopardized his powerlifting career as Trevor suffered a torn ACL last fall.
Game 1, last play of the 3rd quarter. You never really think it's going to happen to you. You always hear about it. It's like a horror story. It's not real until it happens.
For an athlete that feels at peace with a brick house on his back, 9 months of recovery wasn't going to cut it.
Working out twice a day and then playing football on Fridays to being laid up in bed for 2 weeks and not being able to move at all, it was a culture shock.
So Trevor's moxie brought him to the squat rack 3 months ahead of schedule.
I needed to know where I was. The passion for this, it was too much. I had to do something. 4 months out, I was squatting 500 pounds, which was like a 90-pound PR.
Don't know if he can do it type deal, and then he gets underneath the squat rack and blows it up, and it's not even, a struggle, and you're like just kind of blown away.
And it wasn't just Trevor's strength that brought him the national title.
The toughest thing I've ever been through in my life. It was a lot to, get past it. There was a lot of times, I wanted to just give up, but Coach Gardner kept me working. My teammates like Briar, but especially my parents. My parents, they push me in everything I do. I mean, I credit a lot of my success to them.
Today was the annual border state clash between Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern. For the women, it held a showcase of local talent. Natives of Webb, Carl, Neosho, and more on display. And amongst those, 3 of the top 10 scorers in the MIAA. Southern, coming off a winless week in Oklahoma, Gorillas 2-0 during that same span, have won 4 in a row. Early first quarter, Chelsea Henry on the drive. The Neosho native pulls up, hits that from the free throw line. Lions take a 6-4 lead. Pitt ladies hit 6 threes in the first half. Shelby Lopez responsible for 3 of those, including this trifecta. PSU with an 18-14 advantage. Then Webb City's Michaela Burgess gets involved off the assist from Maya Williams of Carthage. Whether a former Cardinal or Tiger, Gorilla Connection makes it a 24-18 lead. Second half now, Jensen Maydew feeds Desiree Berge down low. Webb native off the glass on the turnaround. Lions trail by 14. Burgess finished with 15 today. Flick of the braid. Drain of the 3. Gorillas up by 19 with under 2 minutes left in the third. Lopez led all scorers with 18 points as the Gorillas win their 5th in a row, 86-66. But the focal point today, that Gorilla defense.
Can't say enough about the team as a whole. Really guarding the 3-point line. We wanted to hold them to 4 or less, and we held them to 3. And Drew Clark hit one from 35 feet, or they would only had 2. So I thought we did a great job with the game plan. Our kids really executed.
We just had a little lull there where we didn't make shots, and we struggled offensively a little bit. Of course, that hurt our defense, and they was able to make some shots. We've got to be able to mentally fight through when we don't make a shot. We got to be able to move on to the next play, and I think at times we don't do that.
Now to the men's side. Now, we didn't have the same local poll for the second act, but if you like scoring, this was the game for you. The 2 of the top offenses in the conference with 4 of the top 10 individual scores as well. Gorillas averaging 86 points per game, Lions averaging 82 a contest. And Elijah Clark, he came out firing. First, this 3 from the wing, drills it. Then Elijah Clark hiding behind the ref in the corner. Why not? Hits that as well. Clark with 17 at half. 5 threes. Gorillas trying to keep pace, and it was Donovan Franklin from the top of the key straight away. Southern led 25-16 after 10 minutes of play, but Pitt was down double figures the majority of the half. C.J. Carr to the freshman Christian Bundy for the two-handed jam. Lions up 48-33 at the break. And here comes Pitt in the second half. Gorillas putting together a run, capped off by Xavier Adams from downtown. Just an 8-point game now. But too much Elijah Clark. 9 threes from the sophomore, career high 34 points. Southern goes into John Lance Arena and comes out with a 90-76 victory, as Pitt had no answer for Clark and Carr, who combined for 52 points today.
First couple early, and I always make my first couple. I feel good, but none of my shots were one-on-one baskets. They were all assisted by my teammates. So, I mean, I give credit to them a lot for finding when I'm open, and I'm just able to knock the shots down.
I still say you got to win on defense, and I know we're not a very good defensive team. We haven't been all year, because you can't outscore them every night, and I think that was proven tonight.
Over to the SEC, Mizzou hosting 21st ranked Kentucky today. MU leading by 6 in the second. Jordan Barnett transition 3, knockdown. It was bananas in Columbia after that play. More good play from the Tigers. Jordan Geist, he misses the lay-in. They get the offensive board out to Cassius Robertson. Straight away, drains it. Try an 11-point advantage now. Then under 7 to play, Missouri up 12. Robertson finds Jeremiah Tillman, two-handed slam. Missouri gets the upset, 69-60. And a couple of Big 12 scores for you guys from today. Sooners upset in Austin. Trae Young, 14 assists, just 19 points. That's just 19 in Trae Young standards. In OU's 6th loss of the season. Jayhawks lost their 3rd in Allen Fieldhouse this season by 5 to Oklahoma State. And the results from the Mercy Warrior Classic today in the girls bracket. Emmy Collins scores 18 as College Heights beats Wheaton 63-49 for the 3rd place game. Lamar girls take the title, defeating host Macaulay 52-48. And in the boys side, College Heights takes the crown from the Warriors 58-35, the result there. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back after this.